Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoy these videos, please be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. Since December 17th of 2019, people have been calling the local sheriff offices in Colorado and Nebraska and parts of Kansas, claiming that they are capturing video footage and spotting drones, as many as up to 30 flying in formation. Here is a smaller drone. Now, no one has, this is not one that of the mystery drones, okay? This is just to give you an idea of the drones and what they kind of look like. So no one has really gotten good pictures of these drones. Number one, they appear at or after sunset. There's many as 30 flying in a formation at one time. They're 200 to 300 feet above the ground, and some have a wingspan of up to 6 feet. So these could also be what they classify as a copter, C-O-P-T-E-R. And let me just show you some of the prices of these. Here is this one for $11,995, and this one is $120,000. So it's not, can you imagine 30 of these? It's a little bit disconcerting. So CBS News also indicated that the sheriffs are asking people to look for a large trailer or a van with antennas on top and report it to the authorities. So we have the FBI who is investigating it. The military has denied it. The FAA is taking this seriously because people are pointing lasers at these, and it's in some cases when it's near an airport, it's blinding the pilots. And also the pilots are concerned about these things flying high at night because they can cause severe damage to a plane and put people at risk. Senator Cory Gardner says he is on a mission to find out who and why this is happening. Now, the sheriffs that have looked at this have indicated, some of them have indicated that this does not look like these are hobbyists because of how they fly in formation, that this has to be professional by somebody who knows what they're doing. There is a product out called by DJI Aeroscope that can detect drones up to 3 miles away. However, when Carrie Garrison went to purchase one, there wasn't any available. Why not? Who bought them all? And why? Because if they're out there, people would be using them. So there's Facebook pages of people who are tracking where these things are. Now, they have said it is illegal to shoot them down, and there can be severe consequences to that, up to 20 years in prison because of the protection that they have being in the airspace. We also have the Department of Homeland Security, who's allegedly looking into this. It is estimated that some of these drones could even be larger than what people are originally claiming, because no one's really gotten a close-up film or footage of it. And it makes me wonder why people are not sending their own drones up there to get close footage of these things. So that would be interesting also. It seems the FAA is being silent, and some of the sheriffs are saying, oh, no worries, it's just some hobbyists. But the communities who are being affected by this and feeling like their privacy is being invaded have a different story to this. So what I'm going to do now is formulate my questions for the tarot cards so we can see if the tarot cards can give us insights into these mysterious drones. I do want to tell you, I did read an article. Who wrote this? Jeff Wise. And I got to tell you, I really admire him. And by the way, that first drone footage with the highlighted drones. The credit for that photo is CBS News crew, so I'm thankful that they got that. So this guy, he said that no one's even managed to take a clear picture. That's true, but there might be another way. And he thought about going to the companies that actually sell these drones. So there isn't that many companies that sell drones, and if somebody purchased 30 of these things that are that big and that expensive, why isn't that company coming forward? I mean, he brings up some really good points here. So you definitely want to explore what the FAA permits as far as drones flying at night, right? The guidelines, and does the operator have to get a remote pilot certificate? So who has a pilot certificate that has that many drones? Is this a group of people? The fact that more information isn't coming out, and we have FBI, FAA, local sheriff's departments, Homeland Security, military denies it. Businesses that have drones deny that they're flying any drones like this. So why is this gone silent? Why is this not gone to be solved? When you have that many professional entities, somebody has to know what's going on. Obviously, to fly something this big, if they have to have a remote pilot certificate and be registered, hello, you just go contact the companies who make these drones and see who's been licensed for them or where the licenses are held. And you look at the people, because we don't know. I can see that there could be multiple purposes. Just because the military said it's not us, do we believe them? Who knows? It could be some project. What if it's a foreigner? What is it? What if it's a foreigner scoping things out? We don't know. I mean, the people in those towns do not know if it could be, some kind of, God forbid, terrorist group that's scoping things out. They need to find these, they need to do an investigation on this. Could be maybe a child trafficking ring looking for children out in yards playing. I mean, we don't know. The public have a right to know what is going on with this. And if this is some secret project, it needs to stop, because they're scaring the people, the children. They don't want to, know who wants to go out at night with these things. And, it's really, really something that needs to be addressed better than what they're addressing it, in my opinion. So to me, this is not that difficult to go to the companies who sell these drones. It wouldn't be that hard to find 30 drones selling and track the customers. I mean, it just seems weird that no one is coming forward when it isn't that hard to track where these drones were purchased, unless they were purchased in secret. All right. This Jeff Wise said that Zipline has carried out test flights in the past, and however, they say this is not them. And, then he's saying that Google had Project X, and it operates under the umbrella of Google's parent company called Alphabet. So there is some companies that are, collaborating with FedEx, Walgreens, different things for delivering small packages or whatever else they use drones for. And I'm just like paraphrasing and using my own opinion in this. Okay, I'm not reading his article, but I'm just saying that could, Google be a part of this? So I don't know. This is just something that is interesting. There was somebody that actually even called a rep at Google, and he told her it's not a wing when she said about the, the wingspan, which I found to be interesting. Also, these could be like copters, which I wasn't even familiar with. He says, in the past, Google has been very tight-lipped and even secretive in its dealings with the press. So, most memorably in 2013, mysterious barges appeared at Treasure Island in San Francisco, and after CNET found that the barges were linked to Google, the company refused to comment until 2 weeks later, when it fessed up in a public statement that claimed we're exploring using the barge as an interactive space where people can learn about new technologies. The vessels were scrapped without further comment. So this is, this could be a huge conspiracy theory. So, but they always claim that we engage the community before we fly in an area. Well, obviously that wasn't done in this case. So I think it's good that people are taking the drone thing seriously. And let's see if the cards, I don't make any promises, but let's see if the tarot cards can give us any insights. So the least we can do is ask. So the first thing I'm going to ask is, who is behind the mysterious drones in Colorado, Nebraska, and Kansas? Now, I might be assuming that it's one company and it could be multiple. So yes, I understand that we have to start somewhere asking the questions. So I'm just going to start assuming that maybe one company or one project, and we'll just see what the cards say. This doesn't look very pretty. This is the Ten of Swords, and this is the mountain range, which of course tells me that this is, Colorado could be a mountain range. So I have to pull another card with this, and I have my camera down low because, as I've told my viewers in the past, the cards will give you clues, all right? They'll give you clues. And when I go live or go on these videos, I don't always take time to look at every single clue on the card. And so sometimes some of you may spot something and you'll be like, what about this in the card? And I'll be like, yes, let's take another look at that. So I'm going to pull a second card and we're going to see. This isn't good, folks. This is not good. This is extremely disturbing to me, and I don't want to put fear out there because I'm not one to put fear out there. This is just disturbing to me. There is nothing good about these drones. When you get the Ten of Swords with the Devil, there is nothing good about this. So one of my questions was, is this for tracking, like for human trafficking? And we've got humans chained up here, and some sick person, or whoever this represents, devil. I mean, I have to tell you, the tarot card doesn't believe in the devil. I mean, it has a devil because that's one of people's fears, and the tarot cards are representative of people and all the human experience and their fears. So they have to have a devil card in there to represent the fear. They have to have a death, even though it doesn't predict death, because that's what people fear. So it's part of the human experience. These two cards together, not good. Now, one of the things I want to notice is there's a certain hand. Feels like the hand is in a certain position, and then we have the hand in a certain position. So is this telling me it's some kind of a group where they have a hand, a certain hand thing, a hand symbol or whatever? I'm not saying this is the group, but I'm saying Freemasons had like a secret handshake. I don't know if that's real or not, but you know what I'm saying. And trapping humans. This is humans being trapped. So now we've only got two cards out there. Let's go ahead and see. So this is like who's behind it. Not good. These are not good. Whoever's behind is not good. So we're going to pull a third card and see what else we have to know about this. Secret. Secret. This is a secret. Very secret. High Priestess. Secrets. Okay, not good, and now it's secretive. How do we know that? Common sense would tell us you didn't even need a tarot card to tell you that this is secret, because we don't have an explanation yet, and they've been flying in groups over these states since December 17th, and you can't tell me with the technology we have today that they can't figure this out. So something's going on. It's being kept a secret. Well, most projects are. If the governments have something going, or the military, secret project, and it comes out like 20, 30, 40 years later, they finally declassify it. So let's see what the next card is. They're focused on something. They are focused on a target. Let's just call it a target. They're focused on certain areas. They're very focused on certain areas. Okay, so that's interesting. And then I'm going to switch to another deck, but I feel like I just want to continue with a couple more cards. There's a leader. We're getting a lot of pentacles now. There's a leader. Who's basically, they have to be silent, like he's putting his foot on that. He's putting his foot on it. He's stepping his foot on, like there's a certain protocol. This is following a certain protocol, and one of the protocols is you better keep your mouth shut or else. Now, look at what's interesting about this. Focused on that, focused on that. Could these be drones? Could these be drones? And then let's go back to our devil. And I made this. Isn't this cool? You guys are like, what the hell, Melanie? Don't be stupid. But guess what? This is called a honing in tool. And it allows me to hone into one part of the card. Notice there's a symbol in the hand, but look at the pentacle. You might not have saw the pentacle, but I did. And there's the pentacle, and there's the pentacle. So yeah, you can laugh at my little cardboard tool, but that's all right. Sometimes your brain filters things out, and especially when you're looking at a big card, you might look at the big thing, and the honing in tool just trains me, Melanie, look at the tiniest little details. Look at the tree leaf. Look at the tarot cards are really, really good for solving mysteries, but you have to be perceptive and detail oriented. You've got to have radiant thinking. So, even this coat or jacket that's slung over here could mean something. Right? So you just consider everything in the tarot card. Maybe the people behind this wear special shoes, special boots, because look at here. Protective boots. Who wears protective boots? Really, I'm serious. The cards, you can get like this. So let's put this deck to rest. And I want to find out, I want to ask, let's see. I wish that I should have gone live with this because you guys might have had questions too. What does the public, is the public like in any kind of immediate danger from these drones? Is the people who living in this area? I don't read reverse, so I always put the cards upright. So this is groups of people. They're watching the skies. The sun is up in the sky. They're watching these things. They're bright lights. They're watching the bright lights. And there's a bright light on the human. A bright light here, a bright light here. Huh. This is a card with a lot of people in it. Could they be watching the people? Huh. So far, wow. We have got way too many cards where they're focused on this. Can you believe how many cards we have where they're holding? The cards are like slapping me on the head going, Melanie, we're trying to show you, you should be very focused. You should be very focused on these circular things with the energy coming out. Oh, could they be emitting a vibrational frequency? Are they emitting some kind of vibrational frequency? This card normally comes up for the medical testing card, but now we have these things in formations. And because this is the card of can be waiting for a medical test result, I'm going to take the testing part of it. They're testing these. And your average hobbyist wouldn't probably be able to manage 30 drones all in formation, without being an expert. So I think we can pretty much agree that these things are being put out by a high level, something high level that can control the formation of this many, and plus the expense of having them. But this is a waiting card, and this is like testing. I'm going to call this testing. And then we'll pull another card. This is in the Colorado mountains. Why is that coming up? I keep getting, this is Colorado. I used to go to Colorado all the time. This is Colorado. What is going on in Colorado? So then you have to ask, like, are they like what would the military bases think if they were hovering near military bases? Like if they had cameras that could go shoot into the military bases, you know, that could be like Homeland Security should definitely be involved in this, but why would, you know, so we know that it's being kept a secret because of the high priestess, and we know that it's not good because of the Ten of Swords and the devil. So I'm just going to ask another deck, what is it that we really need to know with these drones? What's the best thing to communicate with to people? And this is the Page of Wands, which, you know, that's a person card. That's a person. Look at him. He looks happy there. Hey, I see you. I think that people probably are going to start watching. Maybe a few people are going to purchase some of these expensive drones and go up and actually start looking at these, trying to get photos of them. Oh boy, that won't be good. Oh, this makes me wonder if people did try to get close to them with a drone, that they would take that drone out. They don't want any photographs close up to see what these drones are. I don't like this card either. I really don't like this card. Huh. I really do not like that Tower card. It kind of shows an explosion there. And then we've got the Death card. Yeah, I think that people are going to be smart to keep up on this. I just don't feel really good about the cards that I am pulling. I'll just show you how I use this tool. You can call it ridiculous, but as a tarot reader, this has sometimes really, I've caught things in the cards that I wouldn't have caught normally by just scanning the card. What is on his shirt? That face. Protection. That's like an armor for protection. What's on that horse's reins? X. Oh, that's an X in a skull and an X in a skull. That's interesting. Could they be spraying out a chemical? Could it, you know, because that's, you usually get the skull and X on poison. It's very interesting. So, I don't know if we're going to be able to solve this with the tarot totally because of the secretive factor. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to solve it. But sometimes if I grab different cards, it'll give me some other clues. You guys, leave your comments below. What do you think these drones are? What do you think about? Whoa, that just says everything. The moon, it's deceptive, and they're always coming out at night. At sunset, set and night. They're never coming out during the day. And here's the moon card, deception, lies. I don't think we really need to cover or ask any more questions. This obviously, to me, this is just entertainment, allegedly, just a tarot card reader. But this isn't good. I just don't know about this. I see these big buildings here, like buildings, part of the deception, these buildings. And this can be a card about warning. The moon can warn. It can be lies and deception. I mean, maybe this is why no information is really being released on this. And they don't want people to know. They don't want people to find out what it is. They want to hide it from people. I mean, it's literally, the people can see it. Here's the leader. Yeah, go ahead and see these things. Here he's, you know, this is the flying thing, and here he is controlling it, the emperor. And the emperor, by the way, is way higher than a king. This is somebody who's got rulership over a huge area. Like this could be the ruler of a whole country, right? Could be the ruler of a whole country, and he's sitting there with this bird, which could represent the drone flying, and he controls it all. The Emperor does. This is absolutely fascinating. And this is people using their intuition, people coming together using their intuition. She's really focused, not just intuition, but their observation skills. Let me ask, can the people watching this get together and actually come up with some technology that actually can catch these, and find it out? Look at this. This is the people watching the mountains closely. There's going to be some new things released. There's going to be something newly released about this. But I think the everyday people are going to take this into their own hands, get a hold of some technology, and attempt to solve this. Look at this queen. Does she look like she wants? She's like, all right, I'm going to figure you out. Look at her. Oh, her hand is doing a weird thing again. Most people don't bend their finger like that. Huh. Boy, I am really getting some hand stuff. Like a hand thing. And there's your sneakiness. 7 of Swords. Sneaky. They think they're being sneaky. Will they be caught and exposed? That would be a good question. Are they going to be caught and exposed with all this deception? Ooh. Ooh! With the right tools. Here's the drone sitting on the table. And they could be. They could be up in smoke. Is that black smoke? Get our little tool out. That looks like black smoke. Not sure why that's in there. Doesn't really fit for being in the card, does it? Unless it's coming through from, no, it's not coming through from another card. Okay, so all people have the tools to catch these things, to trap them. See the swords? Trap them and stop them. People have the tools. People have the tools to do it. Power to the people for figuring this out. This is a card about like kind of a it's a card about not fighting, that there's deceptive behavior and you just walk away from it. Really, deceptive behavior. In fact, they've just laid their weapons down and kind of left. So it's, it's like don't engage in a battle. And of course, we have to end with another devil card from another deck. And of course, there we have the pentacle symbol. Oh my God, does that have wings? Wings? Yeah, that's either a fly or a bug with wings. This is not a good card. Folks, we're going to keep up on the drone thing. I think everybody needs to not let this one get swept under the rug. I think we all need to, even though it's Colorado, Nebraska, you might not live there. I think we all need to be very concerned about the drones. If you have any insights that or additional questions that maybe I didn't think of, or comments, what do you think is going on? I am really interested to know your thoughts. This is fascinating to me, and the cards are over and over again indicating that this is not a good thing.